You handle yourself very confidently, and I wouldn't necessarily associate a skinny, gaming, nerdy guy, whatever, with confidence. And where'd that come from for you?
Oh man, that's just my family. I came from my parents divorced when I was young, but my father is an amazing, successful entrepreneur, like very smart guy. My mom also, my stepfather's the same, my stepmother's the same. Like I had two awesome families to just pick up the greatest traits of all time from. And on top of that, I have 4 amazing sisters. I was raised around nothing but women. I have a baby mother. I've had multiple girlfriends. I'm very much around women my whole life. My whole friendship, my whole life was women. I had nothing but women as my friends up until probably 2 or 3 years ago when I met the guys that started up in my podcast. For the most part, I've never trusted a lot of men. I've never had a lot of groups of men. I've always had friend groups of women.
Why have you not trusted men?
Confidence. Huh?
Why have you not trusted men?
Men they'll take your girl, they'll rob you. There's a lot of bad stuff. Like if you're around the wrong types of men, they will just completely destroy your life. Just like how if you're around the wrong type of woman, she'll destroy your life. It doesn't matter. So like, and I would say like I have a lot of good like friends from high school and stuff like that, but they're not entrepreneurial. They're not trying to better their lives or anything like that. They're just normal people. But when you're constantly seeking people that are trying to better their life or trying to do better, trying to make up over people, oh yeah, you're gonna run into bad business partners, people that want what you have, want the girls that you have. Yeah, that's like that always comes whenever you're a guy that has anything that other men want.
Sergio, very interesting.
Yeah, and I'd like to speak to one thing on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna come to you in a second. I'm gonna say one thing. I was literally coming to you, because I'm the exact opposite. I got the homies. My dudes, my boys. Since I got my elementary school friends, I got my middle school friends, I got the high school friends, I got the guys I played football with, guys I played sports with, the guys got my first job, the fraternity, Valuetainment. Like I'm that dude that just has tons of guy friends. And a handful of girlfriends. There's a bunch of girls that I'm cool with, but like there's like 3, 4, 5, 6 girls that's like, those are the homies. So, like, who were you in 10th grade?
In 10th grade, I was a late bloomer in puberty. I actually like stopped going to high school because I had such a bad bullying issue. I got in lots of fights in gym to the point where like I was getting blamed for it, even though I was the smaller guy and stuff. My parents pulled me out, sent me to a homeschooling thing. I started getting heavily into church. I had a big group of gaming friends. I went to Halo tournaments from the age of 13 to 15, traveled to MLG Orlando, MLG Anaheim, MLG Meadowlands, MLG Dallas. I was one of the top Halo players in Dallas at the time for my age of only 13 years old. I was destroying everybody. So it's like I definitely have friend groups of men, whether there were mentors at my church that were men around me, leaders, whether it was my gaming group of friends. I've always had groups of friends that were men, but I'm going to prioritize my female friends. I don't know why I always constantly did that. Maybe because I had 4 sisters and 2 mothers. I was growing up in a hair salon and stuff. Maybe it's because I'm just used to being around women that I'm comfortable that way, but that's just what I like. That's what I've always done. Now, don't get me wrong. I love to hang out with my homies, and I love my guy friends, but there's just something about women that makes me feel whole. That's all it is.
I respect. So last, not pushback, but I've never heard that answer.
You're more welcome to push back as much as you want.
All good.
Bro. I'm the best at debating my points.
But you're now tight with guys.
Oh yeah, like I said, I've always been tight with men. My whole success in my business or anything has always been relying on the fact that I'm successful with men, but I prioritize women.
Gotcha.
I definitely, like, if I had to choose one day of who I'm going to go hang out with a group of guys to chill and play video games with, or some girls to go hang out with, or something, I'm going to choose the girls every time.
Not a hard answer for me. Do I want to go hang out with the girls or play video games with these fucking dorks? I'm going to go hang out with the girls. But I'll say this, and I'm glad that you're kind of like, yeah, I'm cool with guys. If there's a guy out there, this is not about you. This is just a message to people. And you got no guy friends, like, something's up.
Oh, 1,000%.
Something's up.
Yeah.
If you're a guy, I don't have any guy friends. You're just hanging with the girls. You're gay.
You need balance.
Or you got some major personal growth development issues to work on. A guy, and it's the decline in male friendship has gone less and less and less. It used to be like, 50% of guys had 6 close friends in 1990, but now in 2020 and beyond, I think guys have like 2 close friends, and like there's also a stat where I think less than 4% of men had 0 friends in 1990, and now 13% of men have 0 friends, and that's a major problem. Brotherhood will hold you accountable. They'll make sure that you're doing the right thing. And your circle of friends who you hang out with is super important for a guy.
Adam,
Show me a guy that doesn't have guy friends. I'll show you a guy with some major problems.
But Adam, I got to push back really hard
Yeah.
on that because we know this, like you know this too. Most men ain't shit today though. Most men are fucking lame and whack, and they're literally sitting at home playing video games, living in their mom's basement or whatever, especially my generation.
Yeah.
I'm 32. A lot of my friends and younger, if they didn't move out, they were still living with their parents for years and stuff. It's a bunch of losers, man. Like, I would have loved to be hang out with some of my guys and stuff, but most of them are fucking losers. To find men that actually are on their shit, on their caliber, trying to be entrepreneurs, trying to start business, trying to do these things, bro, it's hard to find. If I would have found those guys early on, if like the guys that I do all my shit with now, that
Yeah.
like my boys, oh, dude, I would have been doing this shit 10 years ago. Like my sales team, everything that we've built and shit, dude, I would have done this 10 years ago if I would have found these guys with this mentality. But to find these guys, bro, it took, get on the internet, like meeting people with like minds and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, it was an all timing thing. I couldn't have done this 10 years ago.
Sergio, I'm so glad we're having this conversation right now because it might be a sign of the times. I'm 10 years older than you.
Yeah.
I was always involved in sports. I had the boys, the homies, like everything. Don't get me wrong, I hung out with girls, and I would hang out with the guys to go get girls. I mean, that's kind of our thing. But it's becoming more common, more prevalent. So I actually appreciate what you're saying, is that guys are becoming softer, have no game, they're pussies, they're sitting at home, they're jerking off all day, they're playing video games, they're not getting out into the real world, and
Yep.
COVID didn't help.
Yep.
So everything you're saying is totally true. So for you young guys out there, make sure you got some homies, make sure you got some friends, get the out of the
And
house.
they're on their shit,
get
too.
out
Well,
there.
I'm really curious.
So if you like that clip, click right here to watch another, or if you want to watch the entire SOSCAST, click right here.